In the second part of the tutorial, I will be one of the participants in the workshop or in the project. I'm already logged in on UMap, and I will click Create a Map. And we can go to the Upload section or Import Data. Click on Browse and choose the file. And in this simulation I have received the file, the William Street file, in an email, or I've downloaded it somewhere, and I have put it in my project folder, and I'm going to click on it and click Open. And you see the format of the data to import has changed to GeoJSON, but we want UMap. So we have all the presets that the person who created the master map has created in our map. And we choose the layer to import in a new layer and click Import. And you see it jumps to where the person who created the master map set the marker in Kilkenny, and it also changes the map background automatically because that's all saved in the file. Now we're just going to save this. I'm going to go to the layers, clicking on this cylindrical icon, and you see we have two layers that are called layer 1. That's unfortunate. The first one is the one that was in the map already, and the second one is the one that we've imported, but by the name of it we can't say, so I'm going to look at the tables. So the first one is the one that has all the keys that we want to fill in, so that's the one we want to keep. I'll rename that into William Street. And save, and then I can delete the other one that we don't need. So I'm gonna zoom in on William Street. And change the background layer to the humanitarian map so I can zoom in one more step. So I'm going to number 1. See, they're all numbered apart from the ones up here, which might be a bit difficult because it goes up to 25 in the census, but on the map it goes only up to 21. But this will be 22, 23, 24, 25. They're all part of the Monster House, which is a huge complex. Well, for the time it was huge. Department store with the shop in the ground floor, first floor, second floor, I think. And where Supermax is now, that all used to be the Monster House. And the apprentices lived in the top floor. But I will start with number 1. Open the Census website. And open the one on number 1 where it says Lawless, View Occupants. See them all listed there. And I will start drawing the building of number 1. This number 1 is labeled wrong. And you see we have name here. I will put in 1 William Street. And then look at the information we have. So it's the Lawless family. Can just copy and paste that by using Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Head of the family is James Lawless. The number of residents is 5. his profession, and you have remember you have to click on show all information, is merchant tailor. Again, I'm going to copy and paste and then just change to lowercase so it looks better in the text. And the religion is Roman Catholic. I'll save that now. And that is our first data set already filled in. I will click disable editing so I can try it out. So I click on the first house and you see the text. This house was the home of the Lawless family of 5. Head of the household was James Lawler, whose profession is given as merchant tailor. Their religion is stated as Roman Catholic. That's the first house. There's 20 more to go because there are some gaps in between. And I'll just do that in the next video and speed it up so you don't have to watch me doing that the whole time. Well, you can, but it's gonna be like 4 or 5 times the speed, the normal speed. And you can also jump to the next timestamp if you don't want to see the whole process. This took me 21 minutes, if I can believe the video that I recorded of this process. So that's actually not that long. Of course, it might take someone who isn't as used to making maps as I am a bit longer. 21 houses is 25 minus the 4 that weren't inhabited. I think that's doable. If you split your tasks into 20 to 30 houses, I think that's manageable. So we have 4 houses that nobody lived in. I think one of them was a hotel. Some of them might have been offices, 12 and 8, I would presume. Because number 8 and number 12, I think, were both builders' offices by William Robertson. So someone could research all these then and make another one of those maps, not focusing on a certain street, but maybe just focusing on the ones that weren't inhabited. If someone looks that up beforehand on the census where there are gaps in the numbering. So now we want to export this and send this to the map coordinator. The first thing we are going to do is change the background map back to the standard OpenStreetMap layer. You can leave that to the coordinator, but they probably will have enough to do. So back to OpenStreetMap. And then we will rename this map into William Street New, because if you remember, the export file will be named after the map, and the file we imported was William Street, so it makes sense to call it William Street New, so that the map coordinator can differentiate between the two of them. And also you on your computer, because you will still have the empty William Street file, and now you have it all filled in and you don't want to confuse the two and send the empty one out to the coordinator. And I'll also zoom out because we still have that marker, which we don't need, so I can delete that. Save. And go to embed and share this map on the left. And then we can choose full map data, which is usually chosen anyway, and download data. And that opens the download window, and you can click OK, and it will end up in your download folder, where you get it and move it into your project folder. And then you can send it on to the map coordinator from there. You see I'm in my project folder now, and you see the old William Street file and the new one, which we named New, and from there you can send that on to the map coordinator. And I will continue as the map coordinator, so I will close the UMap, the William Street UMap, and log in, so to speak, as the coordinator. So now I'm back as the role of the map coordinator or master mapper, logged in, and I click on my maps with my username behind, and I will be displayed all the maps that I've created so far. And we have the Census 1901 here, and I click on that. And we have been sent the file for William Street, so we can import that into our master map. Click on the big pencil to get into editing mode. Click on import data, and we can browse for the file now. And we choose the one that says William Street New. And the format of the data to import jumps to GeoJSON again, and we change it to UMap. And we choose import in a new layer. And click import. And you see they're already displayed there. We'll save this now. And zoom in on the data. I've changed the default shape definition of the shapes to make it black and amber. You do that by going into the settings. My voice is going now. Click on default shape properties and you can choose the color. Color is the frame color or the outline, and the fill color is the inside. And I've done that, and you can choose whatever color you like, of course. And you can also choose a different background color if for some reason you find the standard OpenStreetMap layer too distracting with all the shops that are there now. I mean, it can be interesting to have a comparison of what's there now and what was there in 1901, but if you don't like that, you can change the background layer. There is a grayscale one if you prefer that. It doesn't have any of the shops or anything on it, just the street names and the outlines of the buildings. Or if you want to go dark, the one below is OSM dark matter. It looks interesting too. And just play around and just look what's there. There's also one that I really like. It's not very useful for this one, I'd say. Just want to show you the OSM watercolor one. For this project it's not great, but it creates the map in watercolor basically, and I think that's quite cute. And then when you've chosen your background layer, I'm going back to the black one because I like the contrast. You have to rename the map because it will take the name of the last layer that you've imported. You don't have to do that after every layer you import. Just when you're finished, make sure you rename it into 1901 Census and add a description of your project maybe, and save. And then of course you want to share your map, so on social media, on your website, whatever. Click on the share button on the left. Use the iframe on your website if you want to display the whole map. Make sure you've chosen the correct zoom level that you want displayed on your map, depending on how many streets you've done. Just going to leave it like that. Center. It's all covered in the introduction and in the Ringfort video. And then you get the short URL, which I'm going to use for the video description. And you can look up this map then clicking on the link. Sorry about my voice. And save. And that's really all. And if you like this, please let me know in the comments. And if you are making your own map, please also share your results in the comments below the video or on the Facebook page. And I hope you found that really interesting, and maybe you'll give it a try. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.